Mitralara, welcome to Dr. J. Reddy Education Channel. We are in South Asia 1000 District series, where I will explore in a geospatio-temporal manner all the 1000 districts and many aspects related to the districts of Avibhajita Bharat Mata South Asia series, and it has a couple of sub playlists. Now we are under alphabetical district mapping. I have taken the English alphabet G. There are around about 32 districts or so in G alphabet. I put them in the 4 bundles, and every time I am trying to map 9 to 10 districts, and is the end of the G, that is the G4, and these are the districts we are going to map today. The district ends with Gwalior district. It is in the historic Madhya Bharat region, the Giridih region, former princely state of Scindia dynasty, Gwalior region. Why this series is very unique, interesting, Mitronam. If you have a state, you have districts with state borders, you can very easily map because the provincial borders themselves will form a landmarks. Whereas if you want to take the Telangana district, northern part, north of Godavari Mata River, is Yeddulapuram district or Yeddalabad or Adilabad, very easy to map. Even for the people who are not domiciled, it's easy to map. If you put those districts, there are around about 800 here, in the map of Bharat, that is any provincial border, state borders, mapping becomes very challenging. That means you have to know intricacies of these districts, the two-dimensional figures here. And one way to map it is that by you map, you know extensively about these districts. There are around about 1000 districts between the Kamrupa in the east and Kalat, Baluchistan and Kanyakumari, Sacred and Hindu Mahasagar and North Khyber Pass. There are 8,000 districts, and remembering them is a challenging, and mapping them. So I have done this intuitively. That means this is the uniqueness of this presentation, this part, a sub-part of this series. It is delivered, this is organized, delivered in an immaculate style, Nabhuto Nabhaushyati manner. What is this about? It is an intuitive mapping. That means the mapping not based upon your memory. Of course, you have to have certain memory of these areas and regions. It's an intuitive, sprujanatmaka way of mapping the districts. Then, what are the aspects we take in mapping the districts? We take the historical facts, the wars, battles, the treaties, the lines drawn, of course, the major geographic factors, the cartographic physiographic factors, the cultural aspects, the Giridih region or Bundelkhand, Bagelkhand region and Chambal River and so on. So once you know certain landmarks like Narmada River or how the Lalitpur district, Jhansi district looks like, from there you can navigate, jump and make connections with each of them. For that, these understandings are necessary. That is what is going to be the quintessence of this presentation. And because our Intellectual Kshatriyas channel, Digital Library, Gurukul Digital Library has more than 1100 already presentations, videos. And this series, 1000 District series itself, going to be very big and monumental. I have put this gist for you so that you can take advantage of that. You need not struggle as such. I will briefly go over so that you can take the your interest topic. So this is again, and this is again the same series, 1000 District series. This is the 1000 District series. This is the 1000 District series. Where did I get the districts? That's interesting. I have gone to this government site and have counted the district. There are 780 or so. And I have here highlighting what we are going to map. Sometimes we may map this fashion. Sometimes I may map this fashion. So just pay that attention. And if you go to Wikipedia, you may see slightly different number. So don't get distracted by that, because always districts formed, annulled, reverted back, things like that. So it's overall the same thing. Long back in the beginning of this series, I have put the 5 or so a monumental presentations. This is similar, a sort of sister to this. I call this landmark districts or landmark physiographic factors. If you remember those them, you will get broadly how to map. If you have a time, look at them. If you didn't have a chance, look at them. Here I will navigate you also. The part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Dakshin Bharat and Dakshinapatha and south of Narmada River, northwest India, that is the Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan and Khyber, and northeast India. I have shown the broader idea. How do you read this presentation's thumbnail? There are so many information here. So this is the series, the broad playlist. Under that you will have sub playlists like alphabetical district mapping, district evolutions, the provincial evolutions, like that. ADM is this one. This is 22 ADM, alphabetical district mapping. That means an average, if I map around about 10 districts, with this you should be seeing around about 220 districts. And this is the entire series presentation 41. Are we mapping just only 20, like here it's not 25 to 32, maybe 8 or 9 districts? No, that is the districts we are mapping, but in order to map them, you have to know the surrounding districts. Each, if you take 10, a surrounding districts 5, 6 or so, you are essentially mapping a 10 plus 50 or 60, 70 districts at a time, because these are done randomly. That means you will get a totally different perspective as you map. I have not taken like a Slim Haryana and mapped all the districts starting from the Kalka and Pinjore and Ambala up to No Faridabad or Fatehabad and Sisa, Kalanwali and Hisar and Hansi and Jind, like that. Is not, it's a very different random distribution. That self is very unique for the learning perspective. Then how is this presentation organized? I organize this presentation in a thematic perspective. That means the entire subject matter has to be delivered. Is a time indifferent. If you are time pressed, still you have a chance to browse them at random and figure it out whether it fits into your interest right away or you want to come back later. So there's always option with you. So long here I am showing how these 4 I organized like G1, G2, G3, G4. We are in the last part of G again. So again, the series 37, 38. This is the other presentation I put interesting presentation of this series itself, so that it should not be monotonous. Only alphabetical district mapping is only a part. This is a broader coverage. So that's how it looks. And as I told you, I will show in the first part, read out this district and show where they are present. And the next part, I will take you to the, this actually, I map these districts for you. That is the intuitive ways, Prujanatmaka mapping. In the third part, I will do the same thing, taking the physiographic map, so that this gives a totally different area. Even though you may not get the district exactly borders, but you will know what is the region that we put the district there. So you will get a 3 phases to learn about this fascinating na bhuto na bhavshyati, not in the past, not will be in the future. This type of series will be presented to you. So, I have not assumed many things from the audience. A basic understanding and enthusiasm is expected. And I will show you here where are these districts present, make the mental map. Next 2 stages, we actually do it. This the Gariaband region is the historic Chhattisgarh region. This is the eastern part, the bigger Raipur district. I will show here. This is the Raipur district, Raipur, Balwada Bajar, Mahasamund, and Damtari and Gariaband districts. Gaya district is the other name of old Bihar district. Bihar, Behar. That's the old district name later made into Gaya. That is different from Bihar or Vihara province. Now southern part Vanachal, northern part the Gangetic Plains, mostly Bihar province. Then Gir Somnath, it is in the Saurashtra region, Kathiawar region. Here across the island Dayu. Used to be historic part of Junagadh Nawabi territory. Gir Somnath, Veraval area, Prabhas Patan. Godda district is here in the Vanachal region, that is the historic Santal Parganas district. It is a 6th district now, that is the Sahibganj and Pakur and Godda district and Dumka, and then the old capital Devgar and Jamtara, those areas. Gonda district is in the Saryu plains between the Saryu river, that is the Karnali river, that is nothing but Gagra river, and Gandak river, that is the Narayani river. Gonda district. West side is the Bharej and Srivastha district. Bharej and Biga district, and east side is the Gorakhpur area, Basti and Khalilabad and Naugar and Gorakhpur area. Already Gorakhpur we covered. Gorakhpur district, north is Maharajganj area, and Guntur, south of Krishnaveni river, that river Krishna, Guntur area. And Gwalior doesn't need any introduction, in the Gid region, overlooking the Ganga Maidan, the historic headquarters of the Scindia dynasty, and Ranoji Scindia and his descendants. And we talk about these districts here. And what is the map I am showing here? So this is the map I show. Remember, ours is a 1000 district series. That means there should be around about 1000. That is symbolic or metaphoric. There can be a little variation. So I put 70 here. That is west of Ravi River Radcliffe line. That is Punjab, Sindh, Baluchistan and Khyber 170. East of Hooghly River, east of Hooghly line or Jalangi line, Purbi Bengal, Maghribi or Mashriq Pakistan before 65 district now. If you leave the between these two lines, the residuary post-partition India, that is the gift of our Mahatma Ji and Amatya Ji, 780 districts here. So that's the map you remember. If you count them together, they should be around about 1000. That is metaphorically 1000. And we'll map these districts now. Remember, mapping 10 districts and adjoining 5 or 6 districts will be actually exposed to many districts. That means your understanding of Bharat Mata, Mother Bharat, will be very deep after this presentation. And Gariaband district, I already put certain landmarks so that I do not want to take much of your time. Already this series is a very heavy lifting for myself itself, because I have recorded many videos, but this is a very challenging also. So I don't want the audience to be burdened that much. So we are talking about Gariaband district. How do you navigate to Gariaband district? Here, that is the Chhattisgarh region. That means the eastern part, old Raipur district. And easiest way is, I have put here, that is the Durg Bilai district, Baloda and Bemtara in the Nast. That is the one way to do it. Other way is, you have a Godavari district. You have to very easily, now this is the old district, this is the Krishna district, this is the Godavari district, this is the Godavari district. And when you have Godavari district, northern part is Yadulapuram district, Adilabad, this is the Godavari district. Adjoining Godavari, historic princely state of Bastar. Now the Bastar has 7-8 district. I will talk about it later times. And southern Bastar, that is the Bijapur, Dantewada, and Sukma and all those regions. You got the Godavari River, north is the Bastar district. Historically, it used to be Upper Godavari district. That's a temporary district. Before it was earlier part of central provinces there. So we have that one. Then you have the historic Chandrapur district. Eastern part is the Panhandle region of Vidarbha. There is Chandrapur. Eastern part is Gachari. You go to that one, then you get a Raj Nandgaon district there. I put that part. Then next Durg Bilay. That way you get it, and the rest of the part is the old Raipur district. Once you have the old Raipur district, and that's the Raipur district, and the western part is the Damtari, and northern part is the Baloda Bajar, eastern part has to be Mahasamund, further south is the Gariaband district, that is the Diobang, Panhandle region. I will show you that you don't see this here. That means the southern part is the Naupada, northern part is the Kalahandi Basin and Bolangar Basin and Naurangpur district. Other map will make that clear. So Godda district has to be, I told you, you have to catch the Ganga Mata river. Once you have the Ganga Mata river, so one way is, you see, is already landmarks there. This is the Ganga Mata Paddu river. Once it enters in the Bengali region, and northern part historic Malda district, Kaliachak and Malda. Then this is the old Santal Parganas district. You can put the entire thing Santal Parganas. Then the northern part, this part has to be Sahibganj Loop railway track. I talked out around about 40 minutes. You can look in the railway history. So there is Pakur and the historic leftover of Deoghar, original capital Santal Parganas. For the south here, I think they have not shown it. And this is actually, this is the Mangyar, this is the Bhagalpur Bankarist. I made it so that you don't get confused. I'll put Bhagalpur Banka in yellow color and Mangyar in this color. So south of the Ganga Mata river. So that's also one way, and this should be the this is the Godda district adjoining to the Banka district. That means the old big Bhagalpur district, Anga region. So the Jamtara and Devagara, so all there. So we have Gorakhpur and Gonda. So same time we can do that one. Gorakhpur, Gonda. So Gorakhpur, Gonda is the Gangetic Plains. So you have to get hold of this, the Gandak river, that is the Narayani river. This is the Gagra river. In Nepal, it is called Karnali river. West side is the Mahakali river, Sarda river. Sarayu Power Plain. Sarayu is the historic region where Dasharatha and his ancestors used to live, rule that area. Sarayu king. Sarayu, that is the Ayodhya region. This the entire thing is the Sarayu Par. So that is the Doab region. That is the Gandak. This is the Gagra. So once you remember the old historic districts, very easy. That is the Barech region and Sravasti, that is the bigger region. The next has to be the Gonda Balarampur region. And further east should be the Basti Khalilabad. I think Naugar, I don't remember. Naugar region, I think Naugar. And further west is the Gonda Balrampur district. That's the Gonda Balrampur. And east, of course, the Gorakhpur and Maharajganj region. Gorakhpur and Maharajganj. Yeah. Further east is the Divoria, Padruna and all these things. It continues the Purbanchal region, Bhojpur region, that is the historic Saran district, that is the Gopalganj and Maharajganj and Revalganj, Saran and Chopra. That's also the Doab region, lower part of the Doab region across the river, historic Patliputra district or Patna district. So we covered that one. Gariaband we covered. And Guntur district, Andhra Pradesh was the last state where the many districts used to form when I was there. There used to be 11 or so districts in Telangana, 11 or so districts in Andhra Pradesh, and the undivided two Telugu states. Very easy to remember. This the square one is the Kadapa district, Gadapa district. That's the gateway to famous Venkateshwara temple, Balaji temple. So here there will be Ennur Creek and historic Channapatnam Madras. That means that is the old Nellur Payanga district. Other district found Prakasha Ongol district, where the famous the breed of the cattle comes from. This is the Eramala and Velikonda region. So you can see the river Krishna, Tungabhadra and Krishna. So south is the old Guntur district. I put this color. The north is very easy, Krishna river district, Krishna district. So I counted that, and so we counted Gwalior, Guntur, Gorakhpur, Gonda, Godda, and Giri, Somnath, and Gaya and Gariaband. And Bihar district, historic Bihar district, I will make a extensive presentation on the how district. So it's a Patna district. South of Patna is the original Gaya district. It's called Bihar, Behar, different from Bihar, current name for the Bihar province. Originally very big district touching the Hazaribagh plateau east of the Sonpar river region, that is the Shahabad region, Baksar Arra and Rohtak Sasaram, that is the Rohtak Sasaram. Northern part is the Baksar Arra, the rest is the Bihar district, old Gaya district, old name for Gaya district. Now that is the Gaya, then Aurangabad district, Aurangabad and Arwal region, Gaya and Navada region, and those the many districts. So touching the Palamu and Hazaribagh regions of Gaya district. And Gwalior is very easy to remember. It's the Chambal River, that should be the Gwalior. Because this is the Morena district, this is the Shiohar district, that is different from southern Shivapuri district, that is the historic Narwar district, and further south has to be Ishagar district, that is the Guna district. Guna district to eastern part Ashok Nagar here. Other way you can find it, you can always find the Panhandle region of United Provinces Uttar Pradesh, that is the old Jhansi district. Southern part is now Lalitpur district. So that is the Lalitpur district, that is the Jhansi district, further is the Jalan. If you get that one, next should be the Datia district, and next should be Gwalior district, north should be the Bhim district, further west will be Morena district, across the Chambal river you get the Dholpur district, Bharatpur, excuse me, and Savai Madhopur, all those things. So, excuse me for my allergies. I think I covered all of them. And now we map these things very easy now when you map with physiographic, because we need not struggle that much with the district and remembering them is the broad mapping. And so we have to, so you have Ganga river and Ganga Mata river, and if you get the, this is the Son Mata river, so that is the historic Shahabad district, you count there. When you have Shahabad district, and this should be the Patna district, Patna Nalanda Bihar Sharif. Southern district, old Bihar district, later called Gaya district, Aurangabad, Arwal, and Jahanabad, those areas. And you have Ganga river here. This is the Narayani river. That is the Gandak river. This is the Ghagra river. So this Sarayu Par region, Sarayu Par plains, Ganga plains, Gomati plains. So this part is should be the Shavasti region, Binga region, and Baharech region. So further north, across the Unava district, I think Barabanki district. After Kanpur, this is the Gunova, then Lucknow, and then Barabanki. Across the Barabanki, this is the Gonda district. Southern part is Gonda, northern part is the Balrampur. And next, Basti district, I think Basti district. And Basti Khalilabad, I think Naugar is the last northern part, Nagar district. Now they have totally spoiled the names Mahamaya Nagar or some a very strange name for political purpose. Well, British even didn't do it. I am not against this type of naming by politicians for political Totamota leaders. They're elevated for political purpose. They really doesn't have any, not much value, just only their adulation for getting the votes. You have to keep that in mind. At the Basti district, we put the Gorakhpur district, Gorakhpur Maharajganj, the northern part. Then the Diore district, Padrauna will be the northern part. And the historic Saran district, I'll put the same area. Saran district, Gopalganj and Saran Chapra, Revalganj, Maharajganj, those areas. So once you got the Yamuna Mata river, Ganga Mata river, then once you Ganga Mata river, then you get the, in the plains, this is the Gir region, and there should be the Gwalior district. Once you have Gwalior district, history has to be a Detia district. Actually, that comes in the Bundelkhand or Indra Pradesh region. It's the Betwa river. Then this should be the Jhansi district. Southern part should be Jalon, Lalitpur district. The western part has to be Guna district, Ishagar. Northern part, Shivapuri, Narwar district. So we covered most of it. I think I covered all of them. And Krishna Veni district, Krishna river, this is the Krishna district, northern part. Southern part is the Guntur district. Western upland region, Palnadu and Gurjala, those regions. And the deltaic regions like Repalli, Tenali and Bapatla, all those areas. So this is the Pinakini Mata river. That should be the historic Payangat region of Nehru. Did I miss anything? Let us see. So Gwalior, Guntur, Gorakhpur, Gonda, Godda district we covered there, and Gir Somnath. Oh, Gir Somnath. You have to find the Kathiawar, that's much easier. There used to be Princely Nawabi state, that is the Rajkot region. This is the Junagadh Peninsula state. Southern part now is called Verawal, Prabhas, Pattan, Talala, those areas. Bifurcated in the very famous Jyotirlingas of Somnath temple. Adjoining is the home district of India's pacifist leader, M.K. Gandhi, used to be a former princely state Porbandar, who was the one of the many factors for partition of Bharat in 1947. They have not taken the responsibility of partition, but they have taken the credit for when the British left the territories for independence. That didn't happen. British left almost all Kenya, Tanzania, Cyprus, Sri Lanka and Nigeria, where even people doesn't want them to go, they left, they don't want to really take the responsibility. The increasing carrying capacity deficits of the British Empire, they realized they want to take care of their own affairs. And that credit Congress grabbed and left the partition issue on the shoulders of British as a scapegoat, because there were no British residents in Bharat as voters, whereas the people who fought for it, they were still on the citizenship role. So in order to appease them, so entire thing got changed. Understanding this district should give you a deeper understanding of that tragic story of partition. So we covered this, and the next presentation, your presenter Dr. J. Reddy will talk about in our 1000 district series of South Asia. There used to be a district called Chhattisgarh. Now Chhattisgarh is a province, right? And a state. At the time of before district the enlargement, there used to be 4 or 5 districts: central Bilashpur, northern bigger Surguja, Ambikapuri area, southern Raipur and Durg, and Bastar district 6. Now there are 30 or so, even difficult for the people to navigate that. That part, your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, will make you very crystal clear, cut through the chase. Old Chhattisgarh district is not a state, not even the region in central province Berar or Madhya Bharat. Madhya Bharat is actually indoor area. District evolution metamorphosis from CPB, we talk about that entire part as well as the place the issue in the context, the chronological view, in that presentation, I will walk you through. Hope Mitronam, this, okay, before that I will show you other easier part because there are certain parts that are very hard for people who want to understand it. And here I am showing the Chhattisgarh, Raipur, we talked about the Gariaband district, right? You always just, that's why I always give the old maps that are very like less districts, easy to understand. This historic bigger Raipur district. You see, Raipur district, southern part is Damtari, eastern part is Mahasamund, Baloda Bajar, I think is separate district. Gariaband, this panhandle region, Diobag region. This is not this the now, this is the now Pada, this is Naurangpur, and Gandamardhan Mountains will be here, and this is the Balangir Basin and Kalahandi Basin, all those areas, Sonepara and Highland region. I covered elsewhere, you can look at it, historic. So that is the one part. And again, the formation of the district in the Santal Parganas region. And so again, you remember the old historic district of Santal Parganas and touching the Gangamata river. And you can see the last part, Sahibganj and Pakur and the Godda and Dumka. And historic capital Santal Parganas was the Devaghar. And that is the temple also, famous pilgrimage center. Then the Jamtara. So you remember that, you get that one too. Yeah, here, the Porbandar, the home district of India's pacifist leader, M.K. Gandhiji, and Porbandar area, and Junagadh, former princely state, Dai is an island part of Catholic imperialism in Bharat for 500 years after Vasco da Gama and that group of proselyters and people conquering other areas like Latin America, those things landed there. One important thing of Battle of Dayu is the Portuguese administered a earth-shaking defeat on the sultans of Egypt and Mamluks, that is the Ottomans and Venice, and sultans of Gujarat and Jamorin. Previously, Mu'mins used to control the trade from Arabian Peninsula, Mombasa, and all those areas on the coast of Dar es Salaam and Kenya, Tanzania to Malacca Islands, that is a part of Philippines today. And overnight, British took control of the entire ocean, Hindu Mahasagar. Every Muslim ship now has to carry the passport of the Portuguese. Passport means their permission essentially. Even the pilgrims from Bharat, the Mughal Empire coming from Surat want to go to the Arabia and Makkah and Medina, Hijaz region still together. So that is one of the major battles found, and that is 1505 or so. After 30 years, they defeated, accidentally drowned and killed the Sultan of Gujarat himself, Bahadur Shah. That is that means, and the north, the Russian Empire expanded that squeezed the Mumini Darul Islam areas. South, the Portuguese Empire, Catholic imperialism, and British Europeanism squeezed them essentially. The new impetus coming from Ghazni, Gori, those areas receded. That's also helped the Marathas too. The formulate the strategy for liberation of Bharat. So Shivaji rise is also partly due to that. There's also Battle of Dayu. I discussed that elsewhere. You can look at that one. So essentially that's what that will complete today's presentation. And Mitranam, we'll see you in other presentations. Hope you are spending listening to me this much time. Has to be very productive for your understanding. And if you have any questions, comments, please put them in the comment box. Or if I have made any minor discrepancies also, you can point them. I try to come back to them. See you later, Mitranam. Dr. J. Reddy, Jogari Tirupati Reddy, South Asia Maps, Intellectual Chatriya's channel, digital library, where your presenter, Dr. Reddy, will bring all the abstract ideas of Indology, human ecology, human population, agriculture, abstract concepts into iconographic form of images, maps, and pictures. Thank you very much, Mitrana.